Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD Starcraft and GGGLHF Adios. I am here for the semifinals of DreamHack Valencia, and I already casted one of the semifinals. If you guys haven't seen it yet, do check it out because there will be spoilers in this matchup. For now though, let me go ahead and introduce the players. We have My Insanity Stardust as the red Protoss player in the top left-hand corner of Belshir Vestige, and his opponent is Evil Genius's Jaedong, the blue Zerg player in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. This is going to be a Protoss versus Zerg, and this is in the semifinals of DreamHack Valencia, and the winner of this matchup is going to go on to face off against Hyun, Quantic Hyun, in the grand finals. If you guys didn't see that matchup yet, do check it out, even though I've already spoiled it, because it was a pretty incredible match. And here we are. I am going to be casting the entire set of games here for this set because you know what, we're witnessing history being rewritten, if you will. I mean, history's already been written once. Obviously, you can't rewrite history, but you know, history tends to remember the guy who gets the most victories, or the victor, if you will. And Jaedong lost to Stardust in the last DreamHack circuit in the grand finals, actually. And this is his chance for sweet, sweet revenge. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do that or not, because if he wins this, he's going to go on to be in the grand finals for the 4th time in a row. And to be honest with you guys, I really don't know what to say if he gets second place again. That's, of course, he has to win this matchup first, and I think right now all he's focused on is getting that revenge against Stardust, because Stardust is a crazy Protoss player, and when I say crazy, I mean crazy. If you guys didn't catch his set with Jaedong in the last DreamHack, check it out. It's on my YouTube channel, the whole series. Stardust is insane aggression. Disappearing Nexus. Oh, what will I ever do? Oh, it's back. Okay, great. Something about my computer has been doing that lately. I don't know why, guys. I promise I'll have it fixed soon. But yes, I wanted to say Stardust is just a crazy aggressive player. He can do one base all-ins, he can do 2 base all-ins, 7 gate plus 2 weapons. An awkward timing on 3 bases has kind of been his signature play that I've seen against Zerg. So he is just completely unpredictable, and I know that Jaedong knows. You know, he's been studying his builds, he's been practicing against it, and the best way for Jaedong, I think, to secure a victory here is to play his game, you know, play mistake-free, and really stay on top of Overlord scouting. Overlords are easy to send in. You can find out what's going on, get your Overlords placed all over the map, and you know in the early game what's coming from your opponent, and he can then get the units that he needs to defend against any type of aggression from Stardust. And you know, I'm very much looking forward to seeing an aggressive game here between these two players, because Jaedong is also known to be very aggressive. Maybe not to the point of all-inning like Stardust is, but Jaedong can play some pretty crazy Muta Zergling styles, you know, akin to his Brood War days. And if you get caught up, I think if Stardust gets caught up with Jaedong in the late game, and he hasn't crippled Jaedong in the beginning, I definitely feel like Jaedong's got the edge going into, you know, winning this set. So we'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to say about that. I am really stoked to see what's going to happen here in this best of 3. So yeah, cannot wait to see how it's going to go down. We do have a +1 weapons and a Zealot being researched right now, or I should say researching the +1 weapons and training the Zealot out of the gateway. That would be the correct way. So training the Zealot right now for MYI Stardust. And he's got, looks like, a cybernetics core coming down right now. I'm really keeping my eyes on that production tab for the Protoss player, because I'm really looking forward to seeing like a double Stargate getting thrown down. I don't think I've seen him do that before, but I know he likes to go Stargate when he needs to, when he wants to be aggressive, or maybe just throw down like 5 or 6 gateways and just go for it. And don't forget, he does have that 3 base awkward timing push where he'll get the 3rd base, make a Zerg feel comfortable, like, oh, we're gonna play a macro game, and then all of a sudden, boom, a bunch of units come to your front door. So it's completely unpredictable here. Watching a guy like Stardust play, both of these are just top tier Koreans here. And it looks like Stardust Zealot here, initial scouting Zealot, gonna get surrounded. This is one thing that Stardust likes to do. He likes to send out early Zealots to find out what's going on. And this is something that a lot of my friends used to do to me when we played StarCraft. They would send Zealots because they're just 100 minerals. You can find out what's going on typically. And it's a cheap way to scout and do a little bit of damage as well. So I like what Stardust did there. But unfortunately for him, Jaedong was prepared with a handful of Zerglings. And he was ready to shut that down. So that does get stopped in its tracks. And in the meantime, on that production tab, what does the prior champion of DreamHack have going on here? He's got a Twilight Council, a robotics facility, I think that just finished up. I'm not too sure where it went. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the structures here. There it is, robotics facility, there it is. At the front door, disappearing buildings, of course, throwing me off. Blizzard just likes to troll me apparently. But yeah, we can see that there is a robotics facility and a cybernetics core there. That kind of brings me back to the days of Command and Conquer. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but there was a building that it was like a stealth generator and you could cloak your buildings. I guess the mothership can kind of do that. But yeah, you could like cloak your buildings with a stealth generator if you were not, I think. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Maybe they'll bring that in Legacy of the Void. Protoss will have the ability to cloak everything. Anyways, off tangent, but we do have 3 hatcheries in the bottom of the map here for Jaedong. And looks like he's punching out a lot of roaches right now, which is totally fine. Usually, you know, you want to have a few roaches in most matchups because they're sturdy. They give you a good defensive capability, and I think especially here for Jaedong playing against Stardust, he just wants to be safe rather than sorry, so he's getting that out. And here we go, we have Stardust pumping out +2 upgrades. Now remember, one of the keys to Stardust being able to go with the heavy gateway ground attack and being successful was having better upgrades than his opponents, and he would have +2/+1 ready by the time his opponent would only have maybe 1 upgrade, period. So will Stardust be going for that same strategy again? Looks like he's adding in more gateways. He is going to be going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates plus robo. This is the 2 base, really not the 3 base awkward timing. Rather than going for the 3rd Nexus, just gonna go out on 2 bases here. And that means his army should be a little bit stronger, but I think Jaedong's prepared for this. Look at those force fields protecting the Immortal in the background. Pylon allowing Zealous to be worked down. That Immortal is going to survive. No, 1 roach shot takes it out. The Immortal on the northern corner gets taken down as well. Mothership core now coming in. Will Stardust have to evacuate these forces? Yes, he will. And the Mothership recall brings the troops back home. Jaedong with an incredible start to game 1 of this set. And this is the one thing that, you know, I think if Stardust cannot do damage in the beginning and Jaedong is able to repel like he does right here, I definitely feel like Jaedong's just gonna have the edge for the rest of the match, because Jaedong can now go into the late game. He doesn't need to commit to an attack here at the front door. I think he should just focus his efforts on preventing the 3rd Nexus from coming down. He's also got a 4th hatchery coming on the way at the 8 o'clock expansion, and he's going to run in everything here with his Zerglings, although a lot of force fields are here, and they are not allowing these roaches to really get in range. And so it looks like just due to raw force field ownage, Stardust is going to repel that roach army. But now he's going to have to think about getting some anti-air because Jaedong is switching into Mutalisks. And Jaedong mutas are just so OP. When Jaedong gets a lot of mutas on the field, it's almost impossible to defeat him. And this is really his, you know, his signature move. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin had the Stone Cold Stunner. The Rock had the Rock Bottom. Jaedong has his muta glaive worms. So, yes, mutas are on the way, and looks like he's going to be making a ton of them. He's already got 11 on the field, plus 4 more. So he's going to have about 15 here, and he's sending in his roaches, and I don't know what the reasoning here is to sending in these roaches. I think he's trying to pick off sentries, and he might have been mildly successful at that. He's also trying to destroy this pylon, because Stardust at this moment in time, I think, is all in, guys. I don't think he's going to try to expand out of this. You can see no 3rd Nexus. In fact, an Overlord is going to begin pooping just to make sure, and Stardust is going to commit to this attack. He is going to try to end the game right here and right now. And I don't know if Jaedong is going to be able to hold this. I mean, he does have a lot of mutas, and that's why he was trying to pick off the sentries, because he knows that those are going to be able to protect the Protoss army with Guardian Shield, and they have an anti-air capability. So Jaedong is just focused now on killing off any straggling units and picking off Stalkers and sentries. But the problem is there is a pylon here for Stardust continuing to power in units, which, by the way, have +2 weapons, +1 armor. So these mutas are not very heavily upgraded in comparison to the ground units that Stardust has on the field, and the pylon goes down, but double pylons are on the way here for Stardust. Jaedong needs to take out those pylons. It looks like he's going after sentries and stalkers instead. He's actually just gonna send everything in, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough. Pylons are now up and operational. Stardust is just waiting for the warp gates to come online. He's warping in more stalkers right now as we speak. Will there be enough anti-air here for Stardust to take out these mutas? Because if the stalkers all go down, then the immortals and the zealots will fall as well. It looks like the stalkers are going to be able to win just due to raw upgrades, +2/+1 FTW, and Jaedong has to pull out of the way. Oh my god. Stardust, I think it's going to take game 1 of this set, and Jaedong, for the first time since DreamHack has begun in Heart of the Swarm, might be denied going to the grand finals here. Although this is a best of 3, I mean, this is not a good start for him. It looks like he is going to lose. I mean, just a multitude of drones. Time warp field coming down as well. Feel the effects of time dilation drones. And these zealots are, I mean, they have just been ravaging the income of Jaedong at the natural expansion. More drones are going to become casualties here. But Jaedong has got to do what he's got to do to stay alive. And he is going to try to pick off these stalkers with whatever mutas he's got left. He is researching +1 flyer attacks. But, I mean, it just seems like, I mean, as strong as his signature move is, it just got completely countered, I think, by Stardust's 2-base all-in. Although Jaedong is cleaning up these stalkers, it's just going to be a continual flow of units, I feel like. And if we look at the income tab here, Stardust is still mining out of the main base. He is still mining out of the natural and the main base. Jaedong doesn't have a main base. It just went down. He is not mining anywhere, so he is out of money. And I think game 1, this is just crippling to Jaedong's confidence. I mean, Stardust is going to take the victory, and like I said, crippling to Jaedong's confidence because, I mean, I'm sure he had like a whole month, a whole off-season to prepare for the next DreamHack, knowing how he lost to Stardust, and he just lost the first game here. A not good start at all for my childhood heroes. So we're going to go right on to game 2 and find out what happens. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is HD signing out.